So whatever my nursery does, the higher version of that my grade 9 and 10 do. And whatever my grade 9 and 10 do, the lower version of that my nursery does.
Hello there. Welcome to Podcast with Pooja. Each week on this podcast, we meet educational leaders where we discuss the opportunities and challenges facing the education industry in the 21st century. Today, we are joined by a passionate educationist who willingly embraces students and who feels that just preparing students only for exam is not enough, but it is equally important to prepare them for their future life. An educational leader having over 2 decades of experience in the field of education, she has worked with a reputed group of schools for both Indian and international board. Global Goodwill Ambassador, an eloquent speaker and educator. She is here on the platform with us, welcoming none other than Dr. Seema Negi, Director Principal, Sanjeevani World School, Mumbai, India.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you for making me a part of your podcast series.
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
looking forward for a very healthy, enriching and empowering conversation.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure, Dr. Seema, to have you on this podcast. I'm very excited hosting Dr. Seema, and I'm sure you guys are equally excited to hear her thoughts on the education industry in the 21st century. So, without further ado, let's get started. Dr. Seema, today we are in the paradigm shifting age. To succeed in the 21st century workforce, students today need 21st century skills. Skills such as communication, critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration. And when these students learn 21st century skills, they also learn to be innovative. We would love to know how is Sanjeevani World School helping students develop these skills and be innovative?
So Pooja, when we talk about 21st century skills, I think pandemic has really thrown us ahead when it comes to time. Okay, so I think half of the 21st century skills are done and dusted, and we have to really move forward to 22nd century skills. So what we firmly believe in Sanjeevani World School is, are we really giving the voice and choice to the child? So if we give voice and choice, trust me, then collaboration, critical thinking, communication, it all starts right from the beginning. Now, I'll give you a very small example of an innovative idea which my pre-primary teacher came up with. We had this junior KG students who had no fire cooking day. And you know who were the buddies of these children? The buddies of were grade 9 students. And grade 9 students went to this junior KG children, and they knew that they are not the one who will make any opinion, give any order. In fact, they have to take all the orders from junior KG children, whatever they were telling. You know, a different kind of communication, a very different kind of collaboration that we had witnessed. And then the day was full of empathy, resilience, knowing each other, and creating the bonding that we always want to create in school, that okay, these are my seniors and these are the juniors, and together we have to take the school forward. So that is how we are trying to balance it out, whether it's innovation or it's giving them what they want. Yes, definitely we can't offer them everything, but we are there to listen to them, and that's something which is very important.
Absolutely. I have seen many schools focuses on building this collaboration between students, of course, among students in the same group or students and teachers. But this kind of initiative is fantastic, where from the same school we have juniors and seniors, where we are learning 21st century skills. At the same time, we are creating a very long lasting bond between juniors and seniors. So fantastic initiative, Dr. Seema. The school is really doing a great job. So considering 21st century skills, nowadays school really want their children to be well-rounded. Children, be it preparing them for both academic and non-academic challenges. And that's why schools are creating a culture which is supportive in nature and nurturing in nature. So how does your school balance this academic achievement at the same time help students develop social emotional skills and their character?
Okay. To start with, in a school, there is no terminology called extracurricular activities. Okay, so there is academics and beyond academics, curricular and co-curricular, scholastic and post-scholastic. And the rule is, if a PE teacher is absent or a dance teacher is absent, the proxy will not go to any teacher who is going there and teach. Okay, because children look forward for co-scholastic, and when co-scholastic is strong, a strong bond with scholastic can be maintained. So what we are doing, we are catering to a child. When we say 360-degree of holistic education, it's not just a terminology, and for us it is not just students and school, it is parents. So we believe in the ideology that behind every child, a visionary school and an understanding parents need to be there. And when we are together, then any kind of collaboration or innovation that you're speaking about can happen. So to give you an example, we also have something called Be a Teacher for a Day for Parents, wherein parents come, they become teacher for a day, they step into teacher's shoes, and then again the day ends with kind of empathy that we are trying to build and resilience that we are trying to build. And when it is teachers day, we do not tell children to come and wish us. More than that, we go to our students house and wish their parents, because they are the first teachers and we are the second one. So collaboration happens when we are open from all the arenas, not just collaboration between school and students, but school, students and parents, because all three are the equal stakeholder.
Absolutely. So yes, the school is actually following when we say our parents are the first teachers. Just imagine an environment where parents are given an opportunity to come to the school and become the teacher and teach their own children or even their friends. I mean, it also gives an opportunity for parents to realize the kind of learning that is happening and how much efforts the school and teachers are doing. What fantastic way of giving away the opportunity to parents also and equally to students to learn 21st century together. So fantastic initiative, Dr. Seema, very innovative initiatives that we can see from the school. So yes, with initiatives come innovation. So when it comes to innovation, a culture of innovation in school actually encourages students to try new things and even take risks. And what I feel is they are also they also be able to become entrepreneurial in nature and think out of the box. So can you share a couple of examples how your school encourage or give freedom to your students so that they think out of the box and actually do things that takes them away from their comfort zones?
Okay, this is really interesting question, because this is what we are voicing out from 2018. Okay, now for example, when we give our toddlers to color, okay, what we do, we usually give them a shape and tell them to color. And the instruction that our parents have given to us and their parents are giving to them is, you have to color the boundary first, and the color should not go out of the boundary.
Right.
So when we are putting a toddler in the box, how do we expect them to come to primary grades and think out of the box?
Right.
So here the rule is, if you are teaching coloring right from the beginning, give them crayons, let them scribble and create a boundary. So what you will see that every child is a different and distinct individual. So when you give them this kind of freedom, then there is a scope of innovation. Now last year we had this competition called Ideathon, that was basically to instill entrepreneurship skill. My senior KG child came with something and he said he wanted to pitch, and trust me, he pitched in front of me and I said, 2 orders, you kindly book it for me right now. And he was selling a luxurious car.
Wow,
So, you have to give them the opportunity. We cannot think that, okay, these are small, they cannot do. Now, in our school, the vision is, it's not that only senior children can do, but whatever we want to do, we break it down and bring it to our nursery. So, whatever my nursery does, the higher version of that my grade 9 and 10 do. And whatever my grade 9 and 10 do, the lower version of that my nursery does. But innovation is there, critical thinking is there, using their own ideas and imagination is there. So there is nothing right and wrong.
Right.
So we have a room called think tank room. We have a lot of sessions there wherein we just give them a situation and they have to come out with the solution. Either they become Siri or Alexa, or they become a chatbot, whatever they want to become, but the ideas comes. So free flow of ideas, I think, leads to innovation.
Absolutely. A special room where all the students are invited to brainstorm, to think and be as creative as possible. A child who is in senior KG, the child is an entrepreneur from that age. And the idea was superb. As you can see, Dr. Seema herself was always she booked 2 luxurious cars. I mean, we can understand learning starts right from this early age in the school, which is a very, very important thing. And it's not only relevant to academics, but we can see here that every stage we are actually helping child develop these 21st century skills through every small initiative that they are taking day in, day out. Fantastic. Thank you for that answer, Dr. Seema. This takes us to the next question. What I can see is a lot of collaboration, teamwork is happening in the school. And this clearly shows that as a school, you actually recognize students' talents. And yes, celebrating those talents and achievements is equally important. So if you can just let us know what kind of initiatives do you take to celebrate these students and recognize their talents in school?
So for recognizing talent, I think I have a talented team who does that. Okay. So I will not take that credit. It's my team who recognize the talent, and the moment we recognize the talent, we inform parent, and we are always there for the students to then leverage their talent. Okay. Now when it comes to masses, okay, usually in schools we have last day as report card day or open house day. We have last day as achievers day. Every child is an achiever. If the child is in grade 4 going to grade 5, the child has achieved the milestone of grade 4. So we celebrate every success, not just for handful, but for everyone. Yes, few of them, they are par excellence in so many things. They are celebrated, but their celebration also comes with the stories of failure. We celebrate failure. Because till the time we will not teach our children how to celebrate failure, then we cannot teach adversity to them. So adversity, again, teaching adversity starts from junior KG. And how it starts, we have this wonderful game called Malcolm.
Okay.
And when we teach our children to climb Malcolm pole, trust me, we have seen children fall down at least 25 times.
Okay.
And when they fall down, they never cry. They always want to climb up again, and all the children who surround them, they support them. And you know, that is something that you are learning resilience. You're learning how to deal with adverse situations when you're falling down. For us, it is very important to teach our children that bounce back.
Yes.
Failure and success is bound to happen, but bounce back, that is the ability. So we are not just a mark-centric school. We are primarily a life, because marks, they are the part of journey. They are not life.
Absolutely. This is very, very important when you actually talk about the real life situation, 21st century. Because no matter, even if I am an entrepreneur today, this is not my first project. I have been doing all these things, and you fail in life. But the very important part is to even celebrate that failure. I wish I could have that kind of principal director in my school who would have supported it, but I'm sure the students here in schools today are very lucky to have this kind of leadership in school where we actually celebrate failure. And I've also seen, Dr. Seema, many parents are actually following this path. We can see a sea change in parents' thought process. Initially, they were focused on academics, but now parents are actually telling the schools that we want the right fit and challenge, balance in the school. And this is what they really appreciate in school, where even every failure is appreciated and the students are being encouraged to do their best in future.
Right.
So this brings us to the last question of the day. When it is 21st century, how can we forget technology? So let's talk about technology. So Dr. Seema, I would love to know, how is Sanjeevani World School integrating technology in the school to enhance teaching and learning in your school?
So we are all surrounded by technology, right? I think from last 5 to 10 years, we are talking about AI, ML and everything. So technology is here to stay. Technology is not going to go anywhere, and teachers don't have to be scared of technology. We were one of the first school who taught ChatGPT to all our teachers, and we said, please use it. Please use it, because now these days we have two brains. One, we have the wonderful one, and second, on our fingers. So, we have to adapt technology. But more than that, Pooja, what we are concerned about is, we do not want our children to become the slaves of technology.
Yes.
So we want a mindful balance where they are the creator or the co-creator, not just consumers. And that is what is our biggest struggle. Pandemic has actually shown the technology world to everyone. Otherwise, a lot of schools in India, we were very passive when it comes to technology. It was like, okay, we will do it. Let's let's take our own time. But thanks to pandemic, it was a good crisis, and teachers have really elevated their own self, and they have gone to the cycle of unlearn, relearn, and learn for the betterment. So technology is never going to replace teachers, but the teachers who will not embrace technology, or the parents who will not embrace technology, they will be somewhere lacking in the race, which the race is right now. Not the race to achieve something, but the race to learn something. We all have to keep on learning. Life is all about learning, because the highest order 21st century skill is your skills to learn. Are you a lifelong learner? If you are a lifelong learner, today it is technology, tomorrow it will be something else. When we were speaking about coding, it was Python. By the time few of the teachers master Python, there was our language. By the time we knew AI and ML, there was IoT, blockchain. So technology will keep on evolving. But do you really have the right skills? So if your skill sets are proper, then I think any child or anyone, you or me or anyone, we can excel with the right skill set. And that is what is needed.
Absolute. Nicely put up by Dr. Seema, that we have to be lifelong learners. And very key point to all the teachers and educators out there, technology is not going to replace you for sure. It's just here to support you, and very important to save your time, so that where we actually need you, we have your time there. Thank you so much, Dr. Seema, for all the lovely answers that you have given on this podcast, and I'm sure my listener will be equally excited, and they would have taken some notes from this conversation. So thank you so much, Dr. Seema. It was a pleasure having you on this podcast.
Thank you so much, Pooja. And I would just like to add one thing, the initiative that we have started now. We have started something called Human Library, because our grandparents, who are basically the pillars of the society, they are the custodian of knowledge. So Human Library is all about a grandparent coming and sharing his or her own experience with everyone. And also a senior child sitting with a junior child, and one of them is starting the conversation. So it is like you have the live people who are discussing about their challenges, how they overcame, because communication is not about standing on the stage and having mic etiquette. Communication is all about, are we able to strike a chord between both of us?
Absolutely.
And these are few of the things we are doing, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be there on your podcast. And as I said, I am also a lifelong learner. I learn from you every time when I speak. I think I learn. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And final words to my listeners, you can show some love and support by sharing your thoughts in the comment section below. Till then, wait for next week till we get yet another educational leader to meet you on this podcast. Thank you.